I do have my very special guest on my radio show. It is Jack Glossop. He is the founder of the Jack Your Body record label. Hi, Jack.
Hello, Claire. Thank you for having me today.
Oh, no, thanks for coming in. So, Jack Your Body record label, it's become a really, really big thing. So, we got to start right from the beginning. How did the Jack Your Body record label come about?
Well, to be honest with you, it was it never really was a plan of mine to basically launch a party. I was working in the TV industry at the time.
Yeah.
And I've always been a lover of this sort of house music scene of the late 80s and early 90s. And so it's always been in the back of my mind that, you know, maybe one day. But then I sort of fell upon it when I was at a rooftop bar with my friends, and sort of the music they were playing wasn't very appetizing.
It wasn't good.
So then I kind of thought, well, why not put the music I like in a place like this? And then that's where Jack Your Body was born, really. And the name, obviously my name's Jack, but the name...
It's a really good name.
It's basically, there was a song in the late 80s by Steve Silk Hurley called Jack Your Body, and it was a really big house phenomenon, basically. And it got to really high in the charts. And so, I sort of used that as well as my name, Jack, really. And that's where it all begun.
It definitely has a ring to it. It definitely has a ring to it. So your record label had its first birthday at the weekend.
We did.
At the Mondrian Hotel. How did that go?
Indeed.
How did that go down?
I mean, obviously I'm probably quite biased, but I would say it's probably the best event we've had yet. It was sort of packed out. There's loads of people having a good time. We've had a good response from the hotel. And I mean, we'll hopefully go for many years to come. And
like, what, because you're young, right? You're 23 years old.
Yeah.
How do you even begin to start organising an event like this? Because when you started a year ago, it came from nothing to, you didn't start in like a little basement. No. I mean, you went straight from zero to the Mondrian Hotel. So for people that don't know London, or maybe are tuning in from further afar, the Mondrian Hotel is central London. It's on the Thames. It's a rooftop bar. It's absolutely stunning.
It's a great venue.
So tell us kind of, organisation. How do you really talk to us? How do you put an event like this together?
Again, I probably actually asked myself the same question. Because even now, I'm sort of like, wow, it's sort of all just sort of curveball, really, and it's just grown out of basically. I've just got to say a big thank you to my friends and family for all their support, because without them it wouldn't exist. Because my first event, pretty much all my friends, all my family, all family friends, just an extended network of people came down, supported it, and then from there, obviously, people then posted on social media about it, pictures, everyone goes, oh, I want a bit of this. And from there, it sort of just grew organically and still is now. And, well, the aim is just to keep on going and just keep growing, and then just see where we get to, basically. Yeah,
and so talk to us more about, how do you put this together? Who do you get in contact with? I mean, what kind of process is this? Do you think it grew naturally from working in TV and kind of being in that sort of industry, or how do you think it kind of came together?
I think because I was basically a production coordinator in TV, so it's sort of a lot of coordination. You're bringing things together from all aspects of everything, right? So that is basically what you do as a party promoter, really, because you're bringing together the DJs, you're bringing together the signage of your logos. You're basically just talking to loads of different people all the time, just to bring it all together on that one day, make sure everything's delivered on time. It's sort of, it's a lot of organisation, but then when you're there on the day, standing there and everyone there having a good time, you really sort of reap the benefits as such.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, on Saturday, because I also was there, you had an ex-famous footballer there, didn't you?
We did. I actually didn't know he was coming, so it was a shock to me as everyone else. Jimmy Bullard, who used to play for Fulham, among other teams, he now presents Soccer AM on Sky. He looked like he had a good time. He looked like he had very complimentary words to say about the party to me, and he was a very nice man. So hopefully he'll come down. Many more events to come.
Definitely, and I mean to start kind of getting to that level where it's not only, because you kind of play it down, I think, a little bit when you say, friends and family, but it's a lot more than that, and to kind of get that prestige, get bigger names coming in, I think it has the potential, and it is, it was sold out as well.
yeah. I mean, well, Jimmy actually said to me, he goes, this is actually the best event I've been to in London. So those are his words. So that obviously was quite a nice thing, and hopefully it'll mean he'll keep coming back. But it's I'm just really chuffed with the way it's going. Really, I can't really complain at the moment. So yeah, long may it continue.
And so your events are disco, funk, vibes. It's a daytime event. This isn't an evening thing. No. Everyone gets quite glamorous.
Yep.
Your best outfits and all of that jazz.
Yep.
That's kind of the opposite, I feel, kind of in general, to the style of music that we have in London. It's very much usually deep house, techno vibes, nighttime fabric print works.
Exactly.
How did you choose to go in this direction? Daytime parties, kind of this kind of level of party.
Well, see, me and my friends, we have attended those sorts of events you've just described, and to be honest, they're good, but where I don't really feel that type of music, I just wanted to do something that I personally feel a lot about. And the music from the late 80s, early 90s, which I was brought up on by my parents, it was sort of, that was always the only sort of genre type music that I could go down. And because there's already lots of nighttime events that do that genre, it sort of means that I'd want to do something different, which is why I put it in the day at a nice glamorous venue, which no one's done before. So it's you kind of saw the target market, I guess. Yeah, I wanted to do something that hadn't been done before, basically, and that's where we're at. Yeah,
and I just heard you say that the music that your parents used to listen to. So are your parents big supporters of the event?
I've got to say, my parents do come to the event. I mean, it does shock many people, I know, but they have a lovely time. And if you're listening, Mum and Dad, thanks for your continued support.
Oh, that's so sweet. Well, guys, we are just going to go to a quick break, and we will be back. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we will see you shortly.
Good evening. Wishing you well. Stay tuned to the Pulse Hospital Radio.
There, good to be back again.
So let's carry on from where we left off. For people that have just tuned in, quickly summarise kind of what we've just covered.
So I run an event, party brand called Jack Your Body Lnd. We've been running for a year now. We host sort of funky and soulful house events, exclusive venues. Our residency is at the Mondrian Hotel, which is on the South Bank in London. We just had a party on Saturday, which went really well, and long may that continue. Next up for us is actually we're going to be going to Ibiza, so that's really, really exciting.
That deserves I almost kind of wanted to give a huge round of applause. I'll give the studio a round of applause.
Thank you. Yep.
That is, hitting Ibiza after a 1 year birthday. That's huge. That was actually what I wanted to kind of talk to you about for the next part of the show. So, tell us more about Ibiza.
So obviously, as I said before, to run a party wasn't exactly what I set out to do with my life, in fact. So it sort of it was all happened by accident. So then when it did happen a year ago, I sort of then started looking ahead to think about, so how can I move this on myself, and where's next? So if you're doing London, then what else is there to do? So then obviously the next thing on the list really is Ibiza, and that's what everyone, I think, who runs an event strives to eventually do, have a party in Ibiza.
Definitely.
For those that don't know, that is the party capital of the world.
I'm sure everyone knows that Ibiza is the party capital, notorious for being the party capital of the world.
It is indeed. So really, then I got the ball rolling late last year, just trying to find somewhere that would take me, because obviously I was aiming high at the start, and I was sort of trying all the big major venues and these really sort of nice 5-star hotels, but they kind of go for the big hitters. So I'm this little sort of fish compared to them. So then luckily a sort of a friend of a friend lives out in Ibiza and happens to know someone that runs a hotel out there called the Beach Star Hotel, which if you are planning to go to Ibiza, definitely check the hotel out, because it's a really cool, funky vibe. They got a great sort of disco ball hanging over the pool. It's just really fun. It's a cool place. So basically, I got put in touch with the people that run that and told them about my party. They sort of seemed interested, And then, so basically then we've got a date there on the 21st of July this year. It's a daytime pool party. So Jack Your Body London goes to Ibiza.
And that's amazing. And what time does it start? So if anyone that's kind of like, that's like, oh, I'm in Ibiza, I like those dates, how can they?
So it's from 1 p.m. until 10 p.m. at night. We've got a selection of wicked DJs, and Clara da Costa, who is like an Ibizan veteran, is going to be headlining for us. And if you are on the island and want to come, check us out on Instagram, which is at Jack Your Body LDN.
Which stands for London.
London, yeah. And we're at the same handle on Facebook as well if you're on there too. And so carrying on the Ibiza story, we locked that date down, and then what happened was I then got a call off Brandon Block, who's one of my resident DJs, and he, for those of you who don't know Brandon Block he's sort of this big DJ from the late 80s, 90s, and he's still just selling out clubs and events all around the world. And he's one of my resident DJs. He is actually hosting Monday nights at a super club out in Ibiza this year.
Wow.
Es Paradise Club, and he's got a Monday night residency called What the Funk. It's really cool, funky disco vibe. So again, anyone out there on a Monday this summer, go to Es Paradise to What the Funk.
Will he be there does that mean he's there every single Monday?
Every Monday he's there doing a residency with a team of people.
Right.
And then he gave me a call when he saw I've got an event in Ibiza. And so now, 2 days after my event, I'm now going to be teaming up with him at Es Paradise Club for What the Funk. So yeah, we've got 2 events in 3 days in Ibiza. So it's
that's incredible. That's an amazing achievement.
It's going to be a really, really good weekend. So yeah, anyone who is out there, just
know where they need to be. They need to be at your 2 events.
Again, I'm not being biased, but I really do think they're going to be the 2 best events that you could possibly ever want to go to as a human being. So definitely check it out.
Oh well, yeah. I mean, I definitely will not be in Ibiza this summer.
Well, you'll be here. You'll be here presenting the show.
I'll be here presenting the shows. Maybe I could do like a live stream.
Yeah, we can do that. Yeah.
Wow, can we organise that?
Yeah, let's do it.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
I'm going to hold you to that, Jack, and we can sort that out.
Yeah.
So what else is in store for the Jack Your Body label? You know, after over a year, you know, look how far you've come.
Yeah.
Where do you see the record label going? I mean, the rest of this year, next year. I mean, you know,
the plan is obviously to sort of keep on doing what we're doing in London, keep that ticking over, throw these events every 3 months. Then obviously, ideally, fingers crossed, Ibiza goes well this summer, in which case next summer we'll come back with a few more dates out there across the summer, which will be absolutely ideal. As well as we're actually in early negotiations about potentially doing a small little boutique-y festival type thing on a Greek island next summer as well.
No way!
Yeah. I mean, it is really, really early, so don't hold me to anything.
Sorry, I was getting really overexcited. Really overexcited.
That's sort of the next. That's where we can visualise the next step for us to kind of.
Wow.
We just nothing too big, like just something small, sort of 500 or 600 people, and yeah, just that's basically. And obviously, as well as sort of throwing parties, we're sort of now slowly starting our management arm as well. So
right.
So we manage one of our resident DJs, George Goodson. For everyone who wants to check him out, he's great. He's at George Goodson Music on Instagram. He's a fantastic DJ. So we're starting to manage him and then hopefully get a few others on board as well.
That's amazing. So what, they'd kind of be a part of the label,
be a part
and
of
the growth of the...
And we would just try and, sell them to other brands and sort of so they can go and play elsewhere for different parties, and we'll just sort of hopefully manage their careers and see them push on to become hopefully worldwide superstars.
Wow, that's great. And I think what's great about the Jack Your Body record label is that, you know, you have to have a vision and you have to start somewhere and you have to dream big. And I definitely see that you do dream big, and you know, saying, well, you know, next summer we want to be on a Greek island, I think you've got to dream it to make it a reality. Well,
as I said earlier, I never expected to ever throw a party. So this is all just now me going, right, okay, I'm doing it, and I'm just going to just really do it, basically, and just you know, go as big as I possibly can with it, and then, just see how it all pans out for me. So
well, I'm sure it's just going to go from strength to strength. So there might be some people listening that are thinking, right, Jack, you know, I want to become a promoter, I want to set up my own label, you know, what kind of advice would you give someone that's thinking they want to dabble in this kind of industry? Give me some advice.
Well, I suppose, the main thing is that you've got to set up something that you personally would go to. There's no point in trying to set up an event for something that, you know, you don't really have too much interest in yourself, and you might just be trying to make some money from it. That's never ever going to have any longevity and ever, you know, get you anywhere really. So you want to do something that you're passionate about, something that you really feel strongly about, and you know, and then everything else should fall into place. I mean, listen, if anyone does have any questions, feel free to hit me up on Instagram at Jack Your Body Lnd LDN, and I'll feel happy to answer any questions you may have.
Oh, great. Thank you so much. Yeah. It has been a pleasure to have you on the show.
Thank you so much for having me down.
So, definitely check Jack out on his Instagram page. And for the last 10 minutes of the show, I've got a couple more tunes for you, and then I will be over and out in about 10 minutes. See you after the break, guys.
From all the team at the Pulse Hospital Radio, we wish you a speedy recovery.